Hello there, Star Wars fans. My name is Sammy the Sleepy Sith, and today I don't care for the Empire. I don't care at all. So I'm at pizza for breakfast. For some reason this was my idea for an intro, when this video's got nothing to do with Star Wars at all. It's actually to do with video games. Specifically from the 2010s. Cool transition. Okay, the way this video is going to work, I'm going to list my favourite games from each year in the 2010s and then list the games that I am excited for, that are yet to come. Yeah. I'm sorry, I'm tired. I can't always keep up the super expressive YouTuber attitude that I don't really have. So I'm gonna finish my pizza and I'm gonna get on with this script I've written. Cool transition to them. Alright, so we're starting with, as you do, 2010, and my favourite game of 2010 has to be Halo Reach. Come on, is anyone surprised by that? The Halo Reach isn't just, in my opinion, the best first-person shooter of all time, but the best prequel of all time as well. The story is amazing, the characters are all different and have completely different skills and traits, and the design level is fucking gorgeous. Each mission in Halo Reach is different than the last, and all stand out in different ways. One problem I always had with the Halo franchise was there were super fun missions where you'd be driving a tank and then climbing into giant war machines, you'd destroy them single-handedly, that were in between a bunch of super boring missions where you just stand in a lift and listen to dialogue.
When I shipped out for basic, the orbital defense grid was all theory and politics. Now look,
yeah, okay.
the Cairo is just one of 300
I got it.
GOC
Yeah, I don't care.
That Mac gun can put around clean through a Covenant
damn it, but not with Reach. I find every single mission in Reach to be entertaining. From the mission where you have to defend the space station and you're flying around space, to the last bastion of hope at the Pillar of Autumn. Everything in this game, down to the designs of guns, has been changed or altered. It's like they tried something completely new just to see if it would work, and it did. And it was beautiful. And of course, any attempt to try and remake that magic was just a lost cause. And one thing I have to mention is character customization. It probably won't matter much to you, but I love character customization in games. I obsess over it. And the customization in Reach is brilliant. There's so many things you can change, although what is annoying is you have to unlock them by playing Halo Online, and I suck ass at Halo Online. Like, I'm pretty sure my KD ratio is very small. I don't really get it. With 0, 1, that's for every 1 death I don't kill anyone. That sounds about right. I'm bad at multiplayer, man. PvP, I can't do it. Another problem I have with the game is that near the end of the storyline, out of the last 3 main characters alive, only one of the 3's death isn't a bit rushed. I honestly feel like, oh, there's 4 of us, and then, oh, no, wait, June has gone to escort Professor Halsey, so it's 3. Oh, okay, never mind. Carter just exploded, and now it's the 2. Oh, okay, never mind. Emil just got stabbed, so I guess it's just me.
20 minutes later.
Oh, no, I'm dead too. Alright, cool. But besides that, I honestly have no complaints. For 2010, the graphics are great, and it was a breath of fresh air in the franchise for me. And now, on to 2011. My favourite game from 2011 was Halo Combat Evolved. I know, I'm sorry, I'm a broken record, alright? God damn it. I like Halo. I like it a lot. And yeah, that's right. This is including Skyrim. Skyrim was not my favourite game of 2011. Cry about it. This game was where little 12-year-old me started his journey into the amazing Halo world. The level design, again, is brilliant. Level design is really something that makes the Halo franchise shine for me. I love the concept of the whole big ring in space. I know, it's kind of anyway. Like, the amount of Easter eggs that actually take a lot of effort to find are really cool. Like the secret room in the Pillar of Autumn, like, they don't do Easter eggs like that in games anymore. And that frankly is a massive shame. Basically, what I'm trying to say, yeah, it's not the best Halo game, but if you want to get into the Halo franchise, then Combat Evolved Remastered is just as good a start as any into such a brilliant franchise. Alright, that was quite a short one for 2011. On to 2012. My favourite game of 2012 is Borderlands 2. The main reason I bought this game was so that I had something to play split screen with my friends, and was really taken aback by how good this game is. Yeah, that's right. I play split screen. I don't pay for Xbox Live. Don't need it. Because I play split screen. Like a Chad. It has an incredibly diverse group of characters, from Lilith, who's a super badass siren killing machine, to Sir Hammerlock, who's the most gentlemanly human on the planet, to Mr. Torg, who, dare I say it, is quite the alluring gentleman. Oh my. Then you've got the playable characters, who are also incredibly different and unique themselves. We've got Soldiery McSoldierman, who is without doubt the most boring of them all. We've got Miss Maya the Mass Murderer, then there's this lovable fat ass with a big mouth, and there is, of course, the surprisingly poetical Hitman, who looks like that one guy from Daft Punk. And, of course, the open world is massive and beautiful. The comic book art style holds up to this day. We've got really nice customization. The developers have a sense of humour. This game is full of jokes and it's great. It's all around just a really enjoyable experience. And if I don't stop now, then I will talk about it for a million years, so I'm stopping now. And now, on to 2013, with Assassin's Creed Black Flag. Assassin's Creed Black Flag unlocked something inside of me. A little part of me who I'd never noticed, who was always there in the corner of my brain. And that little part of me was my inner fan of stealth in video games. This was the first game I played that really hammered the stealthiness. There is something so satisfying to me about successfully managing to sneak around a plantation on Black Flag, loot the place of its goods, then leave without anyone noticing. And not only did the stealth make this really fun, but also the naval combat. The world is almost entirely ocean, so Ubisoft did us players a solid and gave us a big fuck-off pirate ship to sail around the massive open world in. I mean, honestly, this game instantly drew me in. My sister bought it for me a few years ago and I had no idea what to expect, but I loved every fucking second of it. Plus, the story made me cry. A lot. Like a lot. Fuck. Oh, Blackbeard, why? Ah. My favourite game of 2014, and this one may be a little controversial, but it was Destiny. Before Destiny, I had only played one proper first-person shooter franchise before, and that was Halo. And when I got hold of Destiny, I was super hooked. The game isn't perfect, and obviously a lot of people hate it for perfectly understandable reasons. For example, like, there was stuff about the game that was promised by Bungie and supposedly aren't even in the second Destiny to this day, so I understand why people dislike it, but I really love it. The gameplay is, while repetitive, really fun. It's like a really enjoyable experience. The controls were much easier to get a hold of than Halo, and frankly, I think the reason why I like this game so much is that I missed the hype. I was 2 years late for the hype. I didn't get super excited for the game and expect too much from it, but when I got into it, I actually found it really, really fun. There's the 3 classes you play as, who are all unique. You've got the Warlock, who's a super badass wizard who's like, oh yeah, magic and shit. And then there's the super sneaky hunter, who is a cloaked master of doing gymnastic stunts while also killing people, who's like, oh yeah, knives and shit. And then there's the Titan, who, yeah, he's also there. But anyway, the game certainly has its flaws. The story isn't all that compelling, the characters are bland and forgettable. Let me just run through some of them, alright? This is Cade 6. He made one joke, so that makes him the funny one, I guess. This is Zavala, and apart from looking a little bit like if Bruce Willis was in the film Avatar, he's sort of not interesting at all. He just reminds me of like a shit English teacher or something. And this is, who the fuck is she? Is she... Ikora? Ikora? I don't remember ever seeing this character. But yeah, I've made my points. I am aware of the flaws of the game, but I don't care. I still find, to this day, loads of enjoyment out of it. My favourite game of the 2015, we're at the halfway point, was Mad Max. Now, this game was by far not a massive, like, this wasn't a super popular game. It wasn't by far, but let me just try and explain to you with a few simple words and maybe a nice montage of the game footage in the background why I love this game so much. What do we got here? We got war, we got apocalypse, sand, heat, abs, titties, explosions, explosives, explosives exploding, resulting in explosions. Beards, muscles, more beards, weapons, even more beards. Death, plot, cars, armour, armoured cars, races, death matches, war paint, throw up, bleeding dogs, body deformities, kidnapping, cults, doomsday, pollution, child abuse. We're all gonna die! What happened to me? Anyway, yeah, 10 out of 10 would play again. Definitely. Best game ever. Ever made. Ever. Best. Yeah, it is. On a more serious note, I think what I love about this game the most is the crazy, like, car mechanics and physics, like, I don't know, for anyone who's played the game, I think anti-roll is a setting in the game. It's where it means like your car won't flip and stuff. It will rightfully correct itself, and that's automatically set. Turn that off, because driving into shit and just crashing and doing 6 flips in the air is the funnest shit ever. And I love the customization so much. You can customize the car so much. It's so cool. You have body armor, you have spikes, you have war paint on the side. It's so cool. Best game ever. Shut up. It is. It's better than your Skyrims and your fuck you. Can you tell that my segment for Mad Max is the most improvised yet? That's really all I have to say. Right, moving on. 2016 was alright for games, I guess. There were a few. Watch Dogs 2. That was pretty good. Yeah. But one thing I did play a lot of, and have played a lot of since, that came out in 2016, is fucking Pokemon Go. Yeah, I included mobile games, but it's my video, so I can do what I want. Yeah! I think my energy's come back a little bit. Pokemon Go gave an entire generation a reason to get up and go outside on a weekend.
Hey, Pokemon Go is out.
Yeah!
When it first came out, everyone was on that shit. The streets were filled with people playing it. There was such an amazing sense of community. It's just a great example of augmented reality, which, dare I say it, is cooler than the Alexa you've got on your bedside table. This game, like I said, it had such a great sense of community. It was no longer weird for my generation to walk up to a stranger and start a conversation and talk about it. It got everyone talking about it. The whole world came together to play this game, and we all went insane over it at one point. You know you did. It may have been for a day, it may have been for an hour, it may have been for a minute, but there was one point where you loved that shit. Don't fucking deny it. This is a genuine, true story. I remember when it first came out, I went to visit my uncle, who lives in Manchester. Which, if you don't know what the UK is like, Manchester is a dodgy city at the best of times. Now, I genuinely remember, like, straight from memory, walking home from wherever it was we'd eaten out that night, and it was dark, and we were down a sort of a more remote part of town, so there wasn't a lot of people around. And there was a bunch of guys, and they genuinely looked like dodgy guys, dodgy people that you wouldn't walk up to and say, "Hi, how's it going? Enjoying your Pokemon Go?" But they were literally playing Pokemon Go, and that's not because, and I don't know that because I went up and said, "Hi, are you enjoying Pokemon Go?" I know because I was also playing a lot of it at the time, and I could hear them, and I could hear them say shit like, "Yeah, I've dropped a lure," or "Oh fuck, I ran out of Pokeballs," shit like that. And they're all on their phones, so like, this gave the druggies a new addiction, rather than drugs. God, if only someone would tell my main character from my music videos. He needs to get on board with a new craze. But yeah, I really love Pokemon Go. It's got me some great memories of just walking around and bumping into people I know twice in one day once. That happened. They thought I was insane, and that's fair. But yeah, just really good memories playing that game. And now, on to 2017. My favourite game of 2017 is Assassin's Creed Origins. This was the first Assassin's Creed game that was a serious passion project in the franchise in a long time. After Black Flag we had Unity, which had an absolutely appalling launch, and then Rogue, which was kind of liked by some, but for me it was incredibly tiresome. And then there was this fucking abomination, and, well, you all know what my opinion on that is. The series was without doubt on its last legs, and not for the first time. And then our heroes over at Ubisoft Montreal release this masterpiece. This, in all honesty, is probably one of the best games I have ever played, in terms of gameplay. The game's open world isn't as big as Black Flag's, sure, but that's because Black Flag is literally 90% ocean, which resulted in a lot of this. Are we there yet? But anyway, back to my original point. Assassin's Creed Origins' open world isn't as big as Black Flag's, yeah, but it is without doubt the most entertaining, intriguing, and overall best open world from any game I've ever played. And you can tell from the marketing and advertising that Ubisoft thinks so too, as the super expensive cinematic trailer they make for every Assassin's Creed game, well, almost everyone, but to be fair, Odyssey didn't deserve one. The entire trailer for Origins shows the world, the buildings, the pharaohs and the mysterious masks in control. These trailers are usually just 3 to 4 minutes of the main character destroying foes with hidden blades and big dick energy. But this trailer only feels the need to add that within the last minute, and instead shows so much of the beauty of the world. And on the game box cover art itself, the main character isn't in the spotlight like previous games in the title. What takes the stage entirely in this game is its absolutely gorgeous open world. Okay, I've wasted all this time talking about the world, let me just quickly skim over a few things. This was a really nice origin story for the franchise. The main character is the first original character since Ezio. The customization is limited to different outfits and horses, but it's still in wide variety. The 1 out of 2 DLCs that I actually played is super fun, and I guess one flaw I can think of is there's less parkour than usually in an Assassin's Creed game. Seriously though, if you haven't played this game, I would highly recommend it. It does retcon a few things, but like, I don't know why that's such a big deal. It honestly is such a compelling game to me. There's so many things to do, there's so many different things to do in the open world, and honestly, even if you don't care for the story, just get in there and play that shit to experience this world that they've created. It's fucking beautiful. On to 2018, which, again, I only really played 2 AAA games from 2018. I only played 2 games from 2018, regardless of whether they're AAA or not. But, yeah, the one I mentioned isn't my favourite game in the world, but I'm saying this one because I refuse to have Assassin's Creed Odyssey on this list. It's just, I can't. So, my favourite game of 2018 was Sea of Thieves. Sea of Thieves was a game that, sadly, I haven't ever had the chance to play with friends yet. It's a super fun, super cartoonish pirate game in which your objective, as far as I know, is just fucking find treasure. This is such a simple little game. There's a bunch of tiny islands that you traverse among and get treasure and buy cool gear for your pirate and or ship. And honestly, I'm bummed that I haven't had the chance to play it multiplayer. Although, I honestly used to get loads of fun out of just pitching up camp somewhere on an island and watching all the pros in the distance sailing around and seeing what they're doing. Which of course, obviously, getting my ass handed to me by a frigate of ships happened occasionally. But, you know, that's because I couldn't actually play the game, and they did, but still, I mean, I don't know, I don't really have a lot to say about the game. There's not much to it, but it's just really fun. It's just nice. It's just a nice experience, man. It's fun. And on to 2019. The final hurdle. Now, again, I played two games from 2019. It was really difficult to choose between this one that I chose or Borderlands 3, because Borderlands 3 is amazing, don't get me wrong. If I could make an entire other video about that if you like, but my favourite game of 2019 is Greedfall. Greedfall is an open world RPG made by Spiders, a game company that at the time consisted of 20 people. 20 people! 20 people made this game! That honestly just blows my mind, because although it looks like it came out 10 years ago, it's such an incredibly unique game. This game actually did something that I've always wanted to see in a game, or a show, or TV series, or anything. The fantasy style like Skyrim or Lord of the Rings, but instead of set during the Middle Ages, it's set during the colonial periods, you know, the late 1600s to early 1700s. There is a really wide range of skills you can learn as well. You can pick and choose from 3 different skill trees after all. And much like Borderlands 2, all of the main characters are really different. I haven't yet finished this game, simply because I'm taking my time, soaking up every single side quest, every single story, everything I can, because this game's uniqueness is off the chart, and I'm looking forward to the end of the story when I see it on the horizon. I know it won't be one I will soon forget. And now, on to 2020. So, what am I excited for this year? Well, at the moment, the 2 games I am most excited for are Assassin's Creed Valhalla and Cyberpunk 2077. I know I did an entire video about Assassin's Creed, but after looking more into it, Valhalla does look really good. It may become another Origins, and it looks very much like it's heading that way. And ever since I saw Blade Runner 2049, I've always loved the cyberpunk art style, and I'm certain that CD Projekt Red will blow us away with it. Also, there are rumours of a Witcher 4, I'm sure that's a few years away, but I'll have to get it when it comes out. I want to hear about this game franchise I've never bothered to play that r/gaming just won't shut up about. Yeah, I haven't got The Witcher 3, and I feel I've missed my chance with that one, so I'm gonna wait for Witcher 4 to come out. I'm sure it'll be good. And also, Watch Dogs Legion? I mean, I hope that's good. I did really enjoy Watch Dogs 2, and I believe with that ridiculous franchise, the sky is the limit. They can do whatever they want at this point. So yeah, those were my favourite games of the 2010s. Please by all means tell me your opinions on them, or tell me what your favourite games from the 2010s were. Although, only if you'll do it the same list style, where you pick one game from each year, because that got pretty difficult at one point. Yeah. I picked Halo Combat Evolved Remastered over Skyrim. I had to. I'm sorry. I had to. Anyway, right. Yep. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please leave a like, and yeah. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. I know there is a 40% of you that aren't. I know. YouTube tells me. I know. Yeah. Thank you for watching. That's it, really. Do the notification bell thingy too. Thank you. I love you guys.